Hey everyone, I'm David Schloss, editor of Imaging Resource. So if it feels to you like new cameras keep making really big jumps in video but almost no improvements in still photography, you are not imagining it. The Canon R6 III is a perfect example. It is a really mild update for photographers, but a huge update for video creators. I mean, like, really big. Why is this really happening? Well, it's the creator economy that is driving this. YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and others make video a lot more lucrative for the camera manufacturers than stills photographers right now. So camera design follows the money, and the money is in video. And that's because there's only so far you can go with stills photography. We already have 40 frames per second bursts, huge dynamic range, rock solid image stabilization, autofocus that can track people and animals, even bugs. And most sensors have enough resolution to crop without losing any detail. So from that standpoint, Canon's latest model makes perfect sense. More power where it matters for hybrid shooters, not as much for the photographer. But video is where Canon made this feel like a brand new camera. The R6 III can record 7K RAW internally at up to 60 frames a second. It's got oversampled 4K 10-bit 422 and even has 4K 120p with audio. Drop that down to 2K and you can shoot up to 180 frames per second. That's nuts. You can choose between XF AVC and HEVC, and it now supports all-I or all-inter recording, which makes editing a lot smoother than the older IPB codecs. Color editors in particular will love that it includes C-Log 2 and C-Log 3, giving you flexibility on set and then in post. And for usability, Canon borrowed tools from its cinema line like waveform monitors, tally lamps, the ability to magnify while recording for focus checks, and a shockless white balance transition. I shot it in 7K RAW without any overheating, although I did shoot it outside in the fall, which helps keep the camera cool. From the outside, the R6 III looks nearly identical to the R6 II. Same body shape, same controls, except there's a new slow and fast setting on the main dial. It's also got the same grip, which I have always liked. It feels really good in my hand. Even when I had the RF100 to 500 attached, it was really comfortable to hold just one-handed. The biggest physical changes is a brand new battery, a CF Express Type B slot, and finally a full-size HDMI port instead of that really fragile micro version that everybody hates. Internally, the camera has a new 32.5 megapixel sensor, which replaces the R6 II's 24 megapixel sensor. Autofocus gets an upgrade too, not Canon's flagship Action RF on the more powerful models, but it's still better overall. Canon says that the in-body image stabilization improves by about a half a stop with optically stabled lens, but that's not really enough to notice. ISO now extends up to a crazy 204,000, although realistically you're not going to use that unless you're, I don't know, photographing Navy SEALs under moonlight. Nope, that's a different kind of SEAL. Canon's famous color science is still found in this camera. I got rich colors and foliage, vibrant skies, and natural skin tones. I processed both RAW and JPEG files and saw really good consistency between the two of them. RAW gives more flexibility, but even the high-quality JPEGs really held up for light processing. Now, the higher resolution sensor gives you more cropping flexibility, so you can shoot wider and crop in and still have the effective resolution of the R6 II. The performance of the autofocus is solid, and the update to the EF system does make the R6 III more accurate than the R6 II. The R6 III has really good eye detect autofocus, which isn't that surprising considering that pretty much all the cameras have really good eye detect autofocus right now. I was really impressed with the fact that in flying birds it could nail their eyes, and in the shot of a kitten you can see that it can really nail animal eyes as well. In this shot we see an example of where the autofocus for animal eyes didn't quite work. Canon was apparently using adorable kitten teeth AF. Obviously I'm kidding, but /S if you didn't know that. As I said, IBIS adds a hair of extra stability. It's a half a stop, maybe. You can't really feel it in stills, but for handheld video it's kind of noticeable. I shot at 500 millimeters handheld and the footage was easily stabilized further in post, even with a light crop. And this is what it looks like stabilized. Turning to audio and connectivity, while Canon doesn't have an XLR adapter that works with its digital hot shoe, there is a Tascam XLR hot shoe adapter, which gives you professional-grade XLR audio inputs without using any cables, just directly through the hot shoe. Hey everybody, I'm David. Hey everyone, I'm David Schloss, editor of Imaging Resource. The LCD screen still only flips around and points forward, which I guess is a fine choice for a video-centric camera, but it means that any low-angle photography or video requires looking at the LCD screen on an angle, and that can make for some really confusing compositions. So who is the R6 III for? If you're primarily a photographer, especially one already using the R6 II, the upgrade might not be worth it. The stills experience is really similar to the R6 II. If you're coming from the R6, or if you want the higher resolution of the new sensor, and you want the better autofocus, it is a good upgrade. But you'll have to weigh those two upgrades over the price. If you're new to Canon and looking for something in the R6 category, the R6 III will be more future-proof. But Canon is still offering the R6 II in the lineup, and I suspect that the new R6 III will mean price cuts in the R6 II down the line, making it an even better choice for photographers that don't really need the higher resolution sensor for the video capabilities. But if you're a hybrid creator or a serious videographer, this camera is a beast. You're getting, again, that 7K RAW, 4K 120p with audio, full DCI 4K, professional codecs, and tools previously reserved for Canon's cinema line. It is very close to being the C50 in a hybrid body. That is a massive step forward for under $3,000. Are you shooting the R6, R6 II, or another Canon camera? Let me know in the comments below what you think about the R6 III. Did Canon hit a home run, or is this a strike? Especially let me know what you think about the EVF and LCD. I'm interested to see if people are really bothered by that. If you like honest reviews, please boop the like and subscribe buttons down below. For Imaging Resource, I'm David Schloss, and until next time, go out there and give it your best shot.